Well, hello everyone, it's Kari back again on the channel to share another sneak peek at something coming to Missing Stamps this weekend. The new release will be live Saturday, August 29th, so watch for that. And today I'm just going to give you another sneak of a stamp set that I'm really excited about. I'm going to start by creating the background for this card, so don't worry, the sneaks are coming soon. But I started with a wood grain sheet of cardstock that I had in my stash, and I'm going to take this stencil, the Perfectly Plaid stencil from Missing Stamps. I'm just going to ink right over the top of that wood grain, and I think it creates a really cool look. Now I'm going to take a couple of the stamps from this new stamp set, and it is called Elementary. I'm just going to build up my scene here. And one of the things I love about this new release coming up is that there are quite a few scene building stamps and background stamps that help you to create a scene. And it's just so much fun to build these and mix and match and use the different elements. So this stamp set Elementary, you probably can't tell what it looks like right now. I'm just kind of planning my stamp out, my background out. And I'm going to start by stamping the stamps that are the closest to me in the background. So you want to start with the foremost stamps, and then I'm going to stamp a mask over them. Now you can see that there is a private investigator down there, which is one of the reasons I did that plaid background on the wood grain cardstock. I thought it would match his outfit here. I thought that was really cool. So you see here, I stamped those same stamps on some masking paper, and I'm going to just really quickly cut those out and put them over the top of those stamps. So we've got a pot of flowers here, a little lamp or a light, and then I'm going to add the next stamps. There's a really great door with some steps that I really like. So I'm going to stamp that over the top here of my masked stamps. And I'm using some Copic friendly ink because I am going to Copic color this scene. So I'm using my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and that's going to be great for the alcohol markers. Once I stamp the door, I'm going to go ahead and add, there's a little stamp that says 221B, and so that's the number of the little apartment here. So I stamp that. Then I cut out a mask for the door as well, and I'm going to just put that right over the top. And the reason I'm masking everything off is because I want to stencil on my background. And I can use any of these stencils from Missing Stamps. There's a brick stencil, and then this one here is the cobblestone stencil, and I thought this would look really cool with a cobblestone background. So I'm going to place that over my scene here. I already have some repositionable adhesive on this stencil, so it's going to stick nicely. And I'm going to use a really light gray ink to stencil that over. So we've got like a white gray cobblestone. This is the Lost Shadow color. See, you can see it. It's very faint, but it's like a gray white cobblestone. That's the look I was going for. And now I'm going to peel off my masks, and I'm going to put those on the back of my stamp set here so I can save those for another use. Now you'll notice that I did stamp everything a little to the right. That's because I want my private investigator character to go right over the top on the left. So that's how we're creating our scene. Now I'm taking some neutral grays and I'm going to color the door here. I'll show you a little bit of the process of coloring the door, but since this is a sneak peek, I'm not going to leave all of the coloring in, just a little bit, because look how cool this door turns out when you color each of the panels a little bit darker. You could also color this door to be like glass panels if you wanted to. Just change it up depending on what look you're going for. Today I'm going to color a black door. I want it to be a darker black. So you can see I started with my darkest gray, then blended with the mid-tone. Now I'm blending out with a little lighter gray, and now I'm going in with the N3 and blending all that through. And see, look how great that looks. It gives it a lot of depth to color it this way. I'm going to take that N3 and color a lot of the background, and then I'll add some darker elements as well, coloring around the edges of each of those panels with that lighter color. And then you see I colored the rest of it in, and now I'm adding a few shadows with the darker grays. So easy, simple coloring, but look how cool that door looks. It's such a great backdrop. Now I'm using just a few more lighter grays to color the top of the door and also those pillars, and that'll give it like a white marbly look, or just white columns actually. And now I'm going to color our private investigator with some of my favorite brown colors. This is the E57, E55, and E53, and we'll color him as well. So look at his great outfit here. That plaid on his cape is just really great. And then I'm going to add some blues for his vest and his little bow tie. And then we'll finish up the coloring off screen. Now that we've got them all colored in, we can start putting our card together. There are coordinating dies that will be available. They are a little bit late, but they will be in the shop later, and you can bet I'm getting the coordinating dies for this set. I love it. I'm going to stamp the sentiment in a blue color to match his vest, and it says, "It's no mystery, you're the best." I think that's a really great stamp for a friend. Then I have the question mark, and I'm going to stamp that with the really light lost shadow around the edge on the cobblestone there. And now we can pop up our private investigator with some foam adhesive and add our panel to the plaid background. And then we'll just add the entire panel to a card base. There we go. That is great right there. I'm just going to use some liquid adhesive to add it to the card base. And this is a side folding 110-pound card base. And that's all there is to it. There we go. Now you could add some further embellishments, but I thought there was plenty to this card with that plaid background, the cobblestone side of the building, and the coloring, which really pops on that door, and our private investigator. I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek of the new stamp set Elementary that is coming to the Miss Ink Stamps shop this weekend. It will all be available on Saturday, August 29th, so keep an eye out. And also there'll be a lot more sneak peeks before the release. So watch our Instagram and our YouTube channel. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.